just one more thing, because I forgot to talk about this. That those angels with the white, with the wings with the black tips, and that they I had talked about before how they um, pick up people, and the people think they're good. Okay. um, well, the people who think they're good, they can't tell the difference, right? They can't tell the difference, so they belong to the enemy. But they pick them up from, let's say, raging waters, okay, and they drop them in the fire. They take them from the water and drop them in the fire, okay. They take them out of the presence of God. You know what I'm saying? It's the abyss that they're getting thrown into. You know what I mean? Basically, it's from the good, the water, okay, into the fire, okay. Excuse me. That's what it is. All right. But when the storm comes in and Satan's riding those clouds, all right, that's the time that big storm is coming. All right. And could happen at the end of May, but I believe it's in those, from that 6th, June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, right in that time frame that happens. Okay, that's when that big storm comes in, because it's right at the end. It's right at the end. Now, that fourth blood moon, okay, um, somewhere, I can't remember off the top of my head, is when Joshua, the sun stays. It doesn't move. You know what I mean? He freezes the sun, basically. It's, I can't remember what day that's on. I don't know if it's July 31st, or I don't know what day that's on, but I don't know. I can't remember. It's 1:30 in the morning here, so forgive me for that. But that fourth blood red moon, I think that's if that's gonna you know cleanse the earth, destroy the earth for New Jerusalem to come down. I think that's all for that. All right, because see, all that fall time is for, it's for the new. Okay, this time that we're in is for renewal, restoration, renewal. Okay, but that fall time starts, especially after the fall feast. It starts a time of the beginning again. All right, that's what that is. And so that fourth blood red moon, people talk about the asteroids hitting. Very well could. Okay, but it's he's done. He's done. Okay, so this panic everybody's getting into, don't yeah, it's going to be a time for panic, but don't get into that. Okay, so whatever the enemy is putting up here that's got planned, God's going to conquer it. Okay, God's going to, just like that, because they have no idea what he truly has planned. It's going to be done like that. So that fourth blood red moon, it's for, I believe, just the whole cleansing of the earth, right? It's the fire, of the cleansing of the earth for New Jerusalem to come down. I think that's what that's for. So there's these 3 40-day periods that he's given, each to come to the base in the valley, to the base of God's mountain, and accept God's laws into their heart, is what it is. And so if the fullness does not come in that first set, in that first piece of pie slice, is what it is. They're these, you know, it's a pie, it's a fraction. So, and then there's these three. If they don't come in on that, then he'll use that next 40 days for that. But I think his plan, he's so much greater than ours. I think it's all in that first one. He'll pull them in. That first time period, he'll pull them in. And then there's the days that, for the close of it all, everything that's promised will be used, and so it'll be a full 3 month time. Okay, a full 90 days. Okay, even though his wrath, see, that's it. It's the judgments. The wrath is cut. So, these are this time period. Even the 7 weeks, 7 weeks after Passover, that's 3.5. It's what I believe. It's what I believe. Um, but to know this, read, read and study, because it's right there. And I'm telling you, God will open his heart and you will be able to see it all. He will show it, he will show it, he will show it. And he's showing so many right now. Again, it's all in Song of Solomon, but it's what he is cutting. Okay? So it's and he he's cutting the walk again. He's cutting the struggle. No one's going to be made a liar. Okay? Please don't judge anybody. Please don't judge anybody. Okay? What I also found is all this stuff, people have he's given it to people before, and they've tried to get it out, and they've tried to, there's articles, posts, you name it, I found, but they're buried. Okay? Because nobody read them, nobody believed them, so they got buried. And around them is all the same belief as everybody's been taught. Okay? It's just covering all of this, really, what I believe is God breathed articles and writings that people have written on this before, but they're buried. Now, first of all, it tells you right there, anything that's buried or anything that's been shoved under, pushed aside, that they don't want anybody to see, the enemy does that. You know that there's got to be truth in that, really, because the broad way, okay, the wide road, really, people don't realize this. The wide road is the same way that we've all hung to, and we've been taught and we've believed in. Okay, it kept us compliant. It kept us fearful. Okay, God used it in his way. It kept everybody fearful. It kept them, on that, but it kept them also in a place where they thought they knew, and they didn't go running after him as they should, because everybody thought that they knew the truth, and so they didn't continually move forward with learning and knowing God. And then they got defeated, and they got upset when they didn't feel like God was showing them anything or talking to them, or they couldn't hear from him. Well, it's because you're standing right in that same spot. Okay, and you're comfortable. It's comfortable knowing what you think you know. We all did it. Okay, and so yeah, there's a lot of persecution in this. It's very hard sharing something that it's different. It's different, but it's in the Bible. It's all there. It's all there. And he says days. He says weeks. Okay, but we've been taught it's years. But it says days and it says weeks. It says it. Okay, it says it. So, but now this is another Exodus. Okay, and it's a time again to the Promised Land, especially for the Jews. It's a redo. It's a redo. It's a second chance. It's a second chance. The fall feast mimic the spring feast. He's bringing it all here. So just pray. Prayer so much, so much, so much. Pray. Pray. Okay, I hope I didn't forget anything else. Oh, I know what I gotta tell you guys. Okay, I gotta tell you I was thinking back of of when we truly change and we don't care about the world. And the Lord pulls us out of it, right? And, back then we're just so stupid and so silly. We just think we need this and we need that. And we covet things and, you know. Well, thinking about how he says, why you worry about what you wear, your clothes, and what you eat? Why don't worry about any of that? Well, for the past 7 years, but for the past 3 years, I mean, it has been every day, all day, the Lord. I wear the same things. I mean, I wash them, but I mean, it's my black leggings and whatever shirt I put on in the morning. Hello, I was never like that before. I mean, not that I was overly, but you get your clothes out and you do it all up. I went to the doctor yesterday, Tuesday. Okay, I have to tell you this. It's so funny. Went to the doctor, and it's over in St. Louis. It takes me about 30 minutes to get there, right? Now, I don't have a car, which never in my life did I not have a car, but I still don't have one. So I have to borrow my sister's, okay? She's 70, right? I had to borrow her car, which is a car I bought her in 2000. Okay, it's a Camry, but it doesn't have a muffler. I mean, I can hear her coming 5 blocks, 6 blocks down the street, and I'm like, oh, Marsha's here. None of the windows roll down except the sunroof, right? All the handles are broke off, so you got to sit in the back seat, unless you're driving. I go to the doctor. I have a $10 copay, right? $10 copay. I'm not telling this for anybody to send me anything or whatever. This is just too funny. It's talk about change. So I go over there, $10 copay. So I go in, and I have to go every month. My debit card, it doesn't have it doesn't go through. I'm like, I knew that I had put, at least had $50 on there, okay? So it wouldn't go through. It declined it. It had $1.93 or something on there, right? It declined it. I was mortified, but I wasn't, okay? I was just like, I totally know what happened. I sent Taylor to the store, and he just spent more money than he was supposed to, okay? So they won't let me in until I pay this $10. So here I am. I go back, I'm in the waiting room, and my phone's about to die, and I'm trying to get hold of my daughter so I can get her debit card over the phone, right? So I can pay my $10 copay. So I can't get a hold of her. So I call my sister, and I go, what's your debit card number? I go, I can't, blah, 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 blah. So she gives it to me, right? She don't have any money on hers. I don't even know why she gave it to me. She don't have money on hers. So I find $5, okay? So at $5 there, I'm like, well, can I have a half of this? I got $5. I go, as soon as I get back home, I'll call you on the phone, and I will give you my daughter's debit card number, and I'll pay this other $5. Now, this is all for $10, okay? By now, I'm in it now. I'm just cracking up. I think it's just the most funniest thing ever in my life because I'm looking back at all the changes in my life. Now, as I was going in the door to go there, I mean, walking in, I was like, I didn't even check my pants for holes. I hope I don't have any holes somewhere. And I'm walking and everybody's checking, but I didn't care. You know what I mean? It was just get them on and whatever. I mean, I had a black cardigan on and a white tank underneath it. But I mean, I was like, so I just remember walking in the door thinking, I hope I don't have a hole in my butt or something. I didn't even check and look what I got on. Get out of this car that I can't hardly even get out of. I don't even know if I've got holes in my pants. I get up there. I can't get in because I don't have $10 copay. 3 people I call, they all give me numbers with nothing on there in their accounts. Is this, and I'm cracking up. I said, can I have a half a visit? What are you gonna do? So anyway, I go in and I see him, and I get a great doctor, and I see him, and I come out, and I'm still laughing about it. But the lady behind there, she's really sweet, but she does her job. She's all about this 5, I go, as soon as I get home, I will call you. I will call you with the debit card, and I will pay this $5. And so my daughter's like, what do you mean you don't have $5? You don't have any change? I go, I have no change in my purse. Nothing. This man next to me in the doctor's office, he goes, I'll pay it. I looked at him and we both started laughing. I go, can you believe I don't have $10? Um, and so we're cracking up. And so he takes out $10 and he lays it on the the, the, the table, right? And it was a pay it forward kind of thing. That's what he was doing, paying it forward. So um, I almost got tears in my eyes laughing so hard because I'm looking back at my life, and I go, Lord, boy, are you so right? I go, I don't even give a second thought of clothes anymore. Okay, and here I own stores, right? So I used to have like everything. I will tell you this: when I moved a couple years ago, I had those storage moving wardrobe boxes. I had one with nothing but black pants. I don't wear black pants, so obviously I was looking for the perfect pair of black pants, but I had one of those big old storage things, nothing but black pants. I had one with nothing but white shirts, one with nothing but you know what I mean? I would give them all away. I ended up giving them all away, um, but it's just where our mind is and how we don't care. And I was like, boy, Lord, when you said, why you worry about what the clothes on your back and what totally was in it, I'm just cracking up. I just think this whole ordeal is just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I said, Lord, here I am. I don't have a car. I don't even have $10 to go to the doctor. And I have never been so happy in my life. I've never been so happy in my life. You know, I totally got it. I totally got it. It was just it's how you just don't covet things, and you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Before, anybody else probably would have just uh, crawled under the table, or I just thought it was the funniest thing in the whole wide world. It just shows you how your life changes. You know how before I probably never got dead in my sister's car like that, but now I'm like, oh, hope nobody hits that because that's our only transportation, and half the time the lights don't work, and oh my gosh, it's just so funny. But I'm so happy to be able to have a car to drive if I need it. I mean, we never know if it's going to make it there and back. You have to put oil in it before you get somewhere. When you get there, you got to put oil in it. But so I had $6 left because I needed money to get my medicine because I get 2 prescriptions a month. So then I was like, well, shoot, I ain't gonna be able to get my medicine. Now, I have this copay thing, so one is like 80 cents, right? The other one is $3 and something, and the one's like 80 or 90 cents, right? Because the man gave me the $10, I had $5 left for my medicine. How about that? How about that one? Isn't that funny? So it's always pay it forward thing. Um, but he and I just cracked up and laughed, and just that whole circle that you come around with, and I'm sharing this with you because it was hilarious, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I've I was just so thankful for absolutely everything, and $10 though, half of a visit, and I always checked before. I just knew that I had $50 in there, so I really wasn't worried about it. But when I got over there, didn't because Mr. Taylor got into it, but it's okay. It's okay. That stuff's not important, and the Lord takes that from you. The more you just all that is gone. It's just gone, and He takes care of me. Totally takes care of me. But it was too funny. It was too funny. And you know what? With car thing again, never in my life did I not have one. But see, by that I'm home, and I'm in time with Him, and that's how He wanted it. That's how He wanted it. It was the learning that He wanted, and every outside distraction had to be that. had to be outside, you know. And I know that my family and friends, they have they, they have no clue, right? They just don't have eyes. They don't have no clue. And I know, behind closed doors, they have to be thinking, well, she's just different now. She don't do anything. She don't go anywhere. She don't do anything. She's all about God, and nobody ever sees me anymore because, and I think they think that uh, I'm. I don't know what they think, but they haven't. I keep saying I'm the happiest I've ever been, but they can't imagine that because I'm not out in the world. I'm in the world I want to be in. I'm in the perfect world of that, even though around me is not perfect, but I mean where I'm at. Um, so everybody's constantly trying to get me, and like I'm missing out on something. Like they just have to get me out to go and do this, and little do they know, I'm exactly where I want to be, exactly, and I've never been happier, never, even through everything. Um, what's gone on in the past months with just trying to understand what I was learning and trying to get it out. It's very hard. It's very hard. Again, when I say I'm just like you guys, I'm just like you guys. Okay? I knew it was big, but I just couldn't get it in the right shade. But this is it. You know? It's that pattern that he's going in, but that's the time. And again, if he goes, then that number is not fully been brought in. Remember, it's that fullness of the Gentiles, but if that number has not been brought in, if he doesn't close it in that first quarter right there, and it goes to the next 40 days, it's because his number hasn't come in yet. And he's allowed 3 40-day periods, 3 trips to the mountain to receive the Torah, but to receive God's tablets, the commandments. That's what it is. He said he has 3 times that he's 3 chances that they have to come to his mountain and receive him. That's what it is. It's receive him. Okay? And so I think, from what is shown, that it's in that first one that it all comes in. Okay? But could be he has to use those other 40 days. And if he does, that is why. Okay. Heads up, you guys. Watch. Today's a big day. Today's a big day. Every day, even all Wednesdays from now on, Wednesdays, because the Wednesdays to the Saturdays, okay, are big. Sundays, all of them are. Just watch, because we are in a time now of every day has such specific meaning, okay, and patterns. We are in the days of the patterns now. All right, so I love you guys. Thank you very much for hanging with me. It made me cry, because I'm a crier. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm so sorry if I confused anybody, but I didn't know. I knew, but I couldn't bring it. I couldn't bring it in. And in my group, I forgive all of you, because you just didn't know. You just didn't know. Sometimes groups have enemies, that have come through the walls, through the doors, and through the back doors, and they're not recognized, right? And I sure hope they're recognized soon, okay? Because they're sure there, and just like anything that belongs to God, the enemy is always trying to get in, okay? He's always trying to get in. So, and he disguises himself very, very well. So, sure hope that cleaning is going good. But this was totally God's plan. He had to pull me away so he could show me, you know. But it's all good, guys. It's all good. Gotta do what he's gotta do, but it's all good. Okay? Just know when everything starts, stand in that concrete footing. Okay? Um, and you lean on him and give him everything. He'll pull you through it. Good stuff coming. Good stuff. Good times. Good times. Love you. See you soon.